Hey guys, welcome back to this video podcast. Now, my name is Joseph Clough, and I get a lot of questions every day about how people can let go of issues or make changes in their life. And I like to do these video responses, my podcasts, and so on to help you in the best way that I can. Now, one of these questions was, how do I find my purpose? And it's a wonderful question, and a very, very big one. It took me a long time to find my own purpose in life. And by purpose, I mean finding your passion, finding who you are as a person and how you can generate that energy into living a rich life. And by rich, I mean rich in health, rich in relationships, rich in finances if need be, but rich in every area of your life to live a life of freedom and happiness. So, the question, how do I know, uncover, or find my purpose? It's a very interesting one, and ultimately, it can take some time. It's not one of these things which just happen, and the words I say might not just allow that purpose to pop up into your mind straight away. However, I've got a process for you that I'd like you to consider in finding your purpose. You see, our purpose comes down to not necessarily our belief systems or our past or any decisions that we've made, but it comes down to our values. And our values are the things which motivate us in life. So if someone has a higher value for money, they're going to be motivated toward money. If they have a higher values in family, their energy is going to be directed onto their family life. These can change over time, and you can consciously change them too. But when in terms of considering your purpose, I'd like you to consider your own personal values. So if I were to ask you a question right now, what is the most important value to you when it comes to who you are as a person? I want you to consider what word pops up. Now, it could be enjoyment, it could be bliss, it could be happiness, it could be love, it could be excitement. But as you consider that, what is the word which pops to mind? So, as you consider your job, your career, whatever it is for you when it comes to your purpose, what is the most important thing that you would like? And consider that word. And then as you consider that word and write it down, I have another question for you. And it's the exact same question. As you consider your ideas, your dreams, your goals when it comes to your purpose, what value would you really like? And as you consider that, write that down too. So now we've got two values. It could be like happiness and love. And then you keep on asking the exact same question. What else is important to me when it comes to my career or my where I want to be heading? What feeling or value that if I could have every day would allow me to live a life of my dreams? Until you begin to get a list of, say, 10 high values that if you had in your life would allow you to live a life of purpose, a life of meaning, because you'd be enriching your life with these wonderful values. So now we've got 10 of them on a list. And I'd like you, out of those 10, to consider, out of all these, what is most important to you? If you could only have one, what would be the most important to you? And as you go down the list, take that one and put it to the side. And as you cross that one out, knowing it's over here now, I'd like you to go ahead and consider all the other values. If you could only have one of the others, which would it be? And then move it to another list. And you keep on going down the list. So here, we're putting it into a hierarchy from the most important value to the, not the least important, but you could say not as important as the highest one. So we have this hierarchy of values from most important even going all the way down. Now as you consider those values, I want you to really take some time out to consider how these values fit in your life. Are these values being met, in other words? What values are really being met in achieving your goals, or your purpose, or your desires? And as you consider that, I want you to begin to put your attention onto what things would allow these values to be full in your life. Where will these values allow you to really be enriched by these deep values? As you begin to do that, everything that you do in life will actually begin to incorporate these values once you put your attention there anyway. Because when you become conscious of these unconscious values, you're now beginning to understand your inner motivations. Usually they're beneath the surface, but by becoming conscious of them, you can then direct your attention to them in a healthy way. So as you consider these values, and you consider your purpose, what things would you have to do in life, whether it be a career, whether it be your own business, would actually meet these values? And as I said, it's not going to give you the answer straight away, but by just being conscious of these values, these deep inner values, you can now begin to see what's hitting and what is missing when it comes to your values. And then you can kind of brainstorm other opportunities which would allow these values to be fully present in your life. That allows you to do this. Now, the other thing when it comes to your purpose is time. And by time, I mean taking time out for you. There's actually a really good book by Nick Williams. I think it's something like Doing the Job You Were Born to Do. It's something like that, but it's Nick Williams. He's a great English guy. And it's a wonderful book when it ultimately says take your time out and read that book. And it allows you to be clear. So I don't mind recommending that because it is a great book. But if you don't get that book, all I'd like you to go ahead and do is take some time out to consider your values, consider, and even ask a question on the inside. What is the highest purpose of what I am? What is it within me that I can allow out to make changes in the world where I absolutely live and love life? That will start your direction. Usually when we say, what is our purpose? Or why haven't I not found my purpose? We find lots of reasons, especially the why question. Or what is our purpose can lead to confusion. But I want you to take time out and ask, what is the things which give me value? What are the things that if I had every day would allow me to live to the full? Taking that adequate time out every day, or even for, let's say, a whole week, to consider these values and how these values can be met and valued in your life with new opportunities will allow you to get more direction in your life and allow you to consider your own personal vision. One of the things to consider is that we take off our adult head. You see, when you think about it, sometimes we can be programmed by society, by the people we surround ourselves of to say, I can't do this, I've just got to have X, Y, Z and settle with that. That's not the case. You can achieve anything that you desire. So I want you to begin to consider no longer buying into other people's or society's expectations and instead putting your attention to the inner voice of you and allowing that to grow. Considering going on a journey on the inside of discovering your values, your passions, your ideas, that if we're absolutely out there in the world and you were doing it every day, would make wonderful changes. To me, there's a great way of finding purpose. And taking that time out, putting that direction there, will allow you to really uncover the inner workings of you, the inner purpose of you. And that will allow you to be conscious of your desires. It will allow your unconscious to be conscious of your desires. And that will make wonderful changes. So that gives you a few ideas of how to find your purpose. So take some time out to consider this. Consider your inner values. What is the most important thing to me? Or the important value in life? And write that down. Write as many as you can, say at least 10. Then put them in that hierarchy from the most highest to the least. And then you'll be able to see what values you're hitting and missing. Which ones are activated in your life and ones which aren't being activated. And then you can put your attention to, well, what job, career, passion would allow me to have all these values fired off completely. Or at least, at the very least, firing off many of those values there. And then taking time out to consider your purpose. There's the most wonderful, beautiful thing about it. Taking time out for yourself, paying attention to your desires, forgetting about society, forgetting about other people, and focusing on who you are as a person, and allowing that to radiate in every area of your life. So I hope you enjoyed that. For more information about me, go ahead and visit my website, josephclough.com, facebook.com/Joseph's fan page, and twitter.com/JosephClough. The links are probably down here below the video or something like that. But I always give lots of free audios and videos there, and I'd love to be connected with you because I'm here to serve, here to help you, and I always, if you take anything from me, always know that you're worthy, valued, and loved in every way, and you can create the life of your desires by putting your attention there, putting commitment there, and you can make this happen. So many thanks and goodbye.